Mar-a-Lago. That's happening tomorrow. From Mar-a-Lago, we have a confirmation that tomorrow, Tuesday, 9 p.m. EST, Donald Trump will be officially announcing his rerun for the 2024 elections. That's a big lead that we have because so far this has been a matter of speculation. People were speculating whether Donald Trump will be running again in 2024, but we have now a confirmation from the Trump camp that he will be announcing his rerun. His rerun has been announced, rather will be officially announced tomorrow, but we have a confirmation that it will be announced tomorrow, Tuesday 9 p.m. From Mar-a-Lago. So it will be Donald Trump once again. Who will be up against Donald Trump? Will it be Biden? Not so sure. Not so sure, but I think he's going for the jugular this time, and he's announced that he will be running for presidency. Of course, America has been split on this Republican versus Democrat debate ever since Donald Trump came into power. And many around the world, many analysts, and we'll try and get some of our experts on the phone line as well, so that we can get their perspective on the story, because it will be interesting to see what happens. Donald Trump himself has been taking a very pro-India stand, at least in speeches, in campaigns. When he speaks, he last week made a very, very interesting announcement that when he comes to power, he will recognize and build a Hindu Holocaust memorial. And this is something that the Republican Hindu Coalition, which is the RHC, which has been backing Donald Trump, has been saying. So he has been already openly seeking the support of the Indian community. I think something is changing around the world, and more leaders, especially in countries where there is a large Indian population, Indian diaspora, have realized the power of the Indian community. And that is why Donald Trump, who historically, by the way, shares a very close relationship with India, with Indians, with the Indian leadership. We still remember the entire reception that he got and that he gave, in fact, for the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, when the Prime Minister of India was there during the Howdy Modi visit. In fact, we had the opportunity to report live from there, Anuppur. Huge event, and he's hugely popular among the Indian community as well. So this is a very, very interesting announcement that will be made tomorrow. And tomorrow we are hearing that Donald Trump will be making that official announcement of the rerun for presidency. That's a big Republic exclusive. I can confirm to you this is something that that will be, of course, be broken by media networks around the world soon, because they have been speculating, but we are the first network to announce that he will be running for presidency. So we have a lot of commentators, a lot of voices now on the show. I think Major General G.D. Bakshi, retired, is joining us on the phone line. General Bakshi, good morning. Hearing that Donald Trump will make that announcement tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Tuesday night EST from Mar-a-Lago. As someone who has studied the defense ties, of course, between India and America, how do you think this is going to augur for Americans, and how will it be received? General Bakshi.
Look, America is a very sharply polarized society right now, and we've not seen this level of acrimony in democratic elections. There generally has been a bipartisan consensus, especially on issues of national security, etc. But all that has broken down, and we have a very sharp polarization between the Republicans and the Democrats. Who becomes the president is the choice of the people of the United States. But all that we would say that India has had good relations. Prime Minister Modi has had very good relations with all the successive presidents, starting from Obama onwards. And we will be happy to work with whosoever is there. With Donald Trump, he had a very special relationship, and Donald Trump was very heavily set against China. He regarded China as the primary threat competitor, number one.
Yes.
And that we find has been diluted now because of the thrust back towards Europe. But hopefully that pendulum will swing the other way in case the people of the United States decide to make Donald Trump the president again. But he was very much against Pakistan, very fiddy, and had called them to account, So we, like I said, it is the choice of the people of the United States. And we will work with whosoever comes into the White House. Right now, it is Joe Biden.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jal Bakshi, thank you. And this is going to be a big announcement tomorrow from Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump will be announcing his rerun for presidency in 2024. Will it be Joe Biden versus Donald Trump once again? And we all know what happened in 2020. Donald Trump was expecting a second term, did not happen. And even in the midterm elections as well, many observers feel there was no red wave that was expected, that was built up, anticipated. So in the middle of these results, which are now settled, I think Donald Trump making this announcement is going to be very significant. Republic TV has the details.
Ranjan,
and we've broken the details. Yes.
Ranjan, but before that, before he actually does go off in a runoff against the Democratic candidate, he's going to have to go through, Florida's governor, Ron DeSantis, who's been talked about quite a bit. He's gathered a massive amount of support within the Republican base. Now, that's something that's not going to be easy either, because, he will need the minimum number of supporters within the Republicans. And it's now being seen that, there are a large number of people within the Republican Party who now feel that his time may be over.
Absolutely. Even the Republican Party has been split. Yes, you're right. And there has been a debate, in fact, in the last few days, ever since the midterm election results came out, on whether Donald Trump was as popular as anticipated. And the numbers telling a different story. But he's certainly a polarizing figure. Certainly someone who is very popular, and he's more or less the face of the Republican Party. And when he makes that announcement tomorrow night, 9 p.m. EST, will be interesting to see the responses even within the Republican Party. Let me go across to Madhav Nalapat, a very renowned voice, a strategic affairs expert. Madhav Nalapat, good morning. Sir, we are hearing that Donald Trump is going to announce, we have a confirmation from his camp that he will make that announcement tomorrow night at 9 p.m. in the US.
Yes, that's very likely. And the reality is that even though he is a polarizing figure, as you said, he is in many ways a divisive figure. Within the Republican base, he may have enough support to beat off any other challenger and emerge as the Republican nominee for the 2024 presidential election.
Well, do you think going by the results to the midterm elections, Madhav Nalapat, and the fact that many anticipated a better performance, perhaps many arguing that the Trump has peaked. Do you think that's the reality?
Look, the fact is that Donald Trump's method is he loses double the bet. So if he has got into some kind of a setback, double down on his messaging, and that's what he would like to do. And the fact is that the largest chunk of the Republican base still is loyal to him, with the consequence that those Republicans who openly go against him are going to face a very difficult situation. And for that reason, many of them do not go openly against him. Of course, I agree with you. He's going to be a person whom the Democrats are going to find it easy to beat, so long as Joe Biden does not stand again for the Democratic nomination. A candidate other than Joe Biden, a good candidate, would easily defeat Donald Trump.
Yes. Very interesting next few days in American politics. It has been a very interesting last week already. Madhav Nalapat, thank you for joining us here on Republic TV. What we'll also do is we'll try and go across to Abhishek, but before that we'll have to take a short break. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll come back with the story. We have a confirmation from the Trump camp that he will be running in 2024. That's an official confirmation that we have, as per our sources, that Trump will make that announcement tomorrow night at Mar-a-Lago at about 9 p.m. EST. Interesting. Taking a short break. Stay tuned.
Faces a second FIR, decides to resign as an MLA. And shocking incident of rape in the name of Nikah Halala in Uttar Pradesh. Is UCC the only way forward?
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in National Capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji, has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Kilgiri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party, the reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
Well, Sudhir Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused of converting poor Hindus by tricking them.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people.
Thanks for tuning in this Monday morning. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Straight up, the top headlines you're tracking this morning. NCP's Jitendra Awad faces second FIR, decides to resign as an MLA. Jitendra Awad's supporters go on a rampage, block roads, burn tires in Thane. Explosion on tracks near Udaipur. Police says all angles including sabotage being investigated. Shocking incident of rape in name of Nikah Halala in Uttar Pradesh. Is UCC the only way forward? Time to ban Nikah Halala. Varanasi court to deliver verdict on plea seeking Shivling worship today. India set to take over G20 presidency. Prime Minister Modi to outline stand on food and energy security. And straight up, starting with breaking news coming in, this one from the national capital where the Delhi police has solved a 6-month-old case. Now, this is related to a Hindu girl who was allegedly chopped into pieces by her lover. She was brought to the national capital. She was chopped to pieces and then disposed. So those are the details that are just trickling in. The Delhi police having solved the 6-month-old cases. Of course, shocking details in this case where we understand that the woman was chopped into pieces. She was then disposed of. And we understand that the duo fell in love while working in Mumbai and came here after family's opposition. The lover then murdered her when she started forcing him for marriage, which is when the woman was chopped into pieces and then disposed of. So a 6-month-old case that has been solved by the Delhi police. So we have Piyush Ori reporting live on this. Piyush, that's a very shocking detail that is now coming in when the woman was chopped into pieces, disposed of. Give us more details of this 6-month-old case.
So it is indeed a very shocking case, Samiksha, of a woman being chopped into pieces. And what we've been told to us is that it was such a brutal murder that the body was chopped into 35 pieces. So you can understand of how brutal this murder was actually committed. Now, let us just tell you the identification of the victim. The victim has been identified as Shraddha, and the accused who has been arrested by Delhi police has been identified as Aftab. Now, Aftab and Shraddha used to work in call center in Mumbai where they fell in love with each other. But Aftab was hesitant of marrying Shraddha. Now, because of the family having differences over their relationship, they both ran away and came to Delhi. But Aftab did not marry Shraddha. Because of which Shraddha was constantly pressurizing Aftab of marrying her. And because of which, ultimately what actually happened was that Aftab on 18th May strangulated Shraddha to death and then chopped her into pieces to make sure that her identification was not ascertained by the law enforcement officials. So yes, a very horrific, a very unfortunate incident that has happened in Delhi. Yes, back in the studio.
Well, absolutely, Piyush, horrific and brutal to say the least. If you could give us more details, on where were these body parts disposed of? How did the police locate these body parts? And how did the police really come about in cracking the whole case?
So these body parts are mostly dumped in the forest of Mehrauli. Now let me just tell you for people who are not from Delhi that Mehrauli is an area in southwest Delhi which is surrounded by a lot of forests. So Aftab, in a very shrewd and a very clever manner, first chopped body pieces of Shraddha into 35 pieces, that's what we've been told, and then dumped these body pieces into different forests of Mehrauli so that the body part cannot be identified. But then it was a big challenge for the South West Delhi police to first make sure that the body actually belonged to Shraddha and then get hold of the accused. So this was all which was being done by the Delhi police to get hold of the victim. Yeah.
Piyush, if you could throw some more light on this accused, has he now been taken into custody? What is the further course of action that will be taken by the Delhi police?
So yes, as far as what we've been told is that Delhi police has got hold of this accused named as Aftab, and they are now going to probe further details of whether it was the only act that was committed by Aftab or was there some other people also involved. Now mind you, this horrific murder actually takes a lot of, I would say, I can't even say courage, but it takes a lot of guts to do such kind of acts. So yes, what the Delhi police would now be ascertaining is that were there some other accomplices also that had helped Aftab in committing this horrific crime, and more investigation is going to be committed by the Delhi police of finding out that who actually were involved actually to help Aftab in getting away with this crime. But as of now, what we've been told is that right now, Aftab has been arrested and further investigation in this case is underway. Yes, back to the studio.
Piyush, stay with us, just to put the facts once again together. So we understand that this woman who was cut into pieces, the duo were obviously in a relationship, and the only reason why she was chopped into pieces, brutally murdered, was because she had asked that the two of them should get married.
Yes, so they were in live-in relationship with each other, and Shraddha, who had run away from her family in order to be with Aftab, was pressurizing Aftab constantly for marrying her, but Aftab was refusing to do so for whatever reasons. But fed up or irritated of being constantly pressured, he first strangulated Shraddha to death, and then in order to make sure that her body does not get ascertained, it does not get identified, he cut her into pieces. In fact, it was such a brutal attack that he first tried to hide Shraddha's body for 18 days and had kept her body in a freezer so that there should be no stench from the body. But following which, as the time passed, he then cut her into pieces, 35 pieces as what we've been told, and then dumped her in dumped the body in the forest of Mehrauli. Yes, back to the studio.
All right, Piyush, thank you for getting us all the latest on that. So that's the detail that is just coming in. Of course, very shocking, horrific to say the least. The woman that was chopped into pieces by her lover. For now, moving on to the big story that we've been tracking since morning. Now, story from Maharashtra where Jitendra Awad's supporters went on a rampage, blocking roads and even burning tires in Maharashtra's Mumbra after the NCP leader faces second FIR. A woman has filed an assault case against Jitendra Awad. The complainant has alleged that Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde had come to inaugurate the bridge when Awad was present at this particular event and that she was manhandled by the NCP Neta. So that's a big charge that has been made against Jitendra Awad, and the latest of course coming in that NCP supporters went on a rampage. They were seen burning tires, they were seen protesting, of course protests there that turned violent. Here's a recap as to what has really transpired over the last few days when there was open hooliganism by the NCP. There were flower petals that were showered after the release of Jitendra Awad, and consequently today the latest with the second FIR that has been registered against Jitendra Awad and his supporters going on a rampage. And Alicia, of course, reporting live from outside the police station where the FIR was registered. Alicia, take us through the latest scenes around you. We understand that there is a sit-in protest being staged. At the same time, there were protests which also turned violent in many areas in Thane.
Well, yes, Samiksha, let me just show you the visuals right outside the police station. There's the Mumbra police station where the supporters of Jitendra Awad, who has been protesting since the time the FIR that is under section 354 of the IPC that is registered against Jitendra Awad, after which they have been protesting since last night, and importantly, they have been clearly making a slogan that this is nothing but a political vendetta. The pressure that has been mounted on police, after which there is an FIR that has been registered, and they are going to continue with the protest till the time the police don't withdraw the FIR is what they have been demanding for. But what is also important to know, this FIR that has been registered on the complaint that was filed by a woman who clearly mentioned that yesterday where she was present in the same event where Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has come to the same constituency, the constituency of Jitendra Awad, and importantly there was an inauguration of a new Kalwa bridge. After the event that got over, where the Chief Minister has sat in his car, and we can see the woman in the video that we have access, and in the same video it clearly shows that Jitendra Awad was passing through, and the woman who was standing right in front of the car of the Chief Minister, where Jitendra Awad has asked her and clearly said that she has to be don't stand in the middle of this and just get aside, is what has been told. But what has been mentioned in the FIR, where the woman has alleged that Jitendra Awad was huddled and she was pushed, and the intentions of Jitendra Awad was not right. So after recording the statement of the same woman, and also we'll just continue showing you the visuals right outside the police station where the agitation is continuing with the supporters. But yes, as I was talking about the FIR, right, the statement that was recorded by the woman late night, where the FIR under section 354 of the IPC has been registered in Mumbra police station, where the police is going to investigate, because the tweet that has been mentioned, the tweet that has been tweeted by Jitendra Awad clearly mentioning that within 72 hours, the police has registered a second fake FIR on him, and that to this time it's on 354. So he also decided to resign, because this is something, the action that has been initiated, the action taken by the police is something killing the democracy. So, but there is also a support that he is also getting from NCP senior leaders, where the Supriya Sule has already had a conversation with Jitendra Awad asking him not to resign.
Yes, Alisha, stay with us. We've been seeing this political arrogance all these days. Let's not forget that hooliganism, open hooliganism by the NCP Neta and his supporters. Consequently, he was arrested. There were flower petals showered, and on tape this morning we also got those visuals where the woman was seen how she was manhandled by the NCP Neta. Any word coming in from the NCP leaders till now, or are they still crying foul over all these allegations?
Well, we are also waiting for Jitendra Awad to give a clarification, because he was about to clarify at 10 p.m. He was about to speak to the media at 10 a.m. in the morning, but he didn't came forward because it is something, there are the senior leaders of the NCP who was already present at his residence, also the legal team. So it can be said that Jitendra Awad is itself looking for legal options, because the advocates has already reached to his residence. So they could be looking forward for the legal options. Also, they can also file for the anticipatory bail. Is something, and all the aspects of the legal, they have been looking into it, and what will be the further course of action is something we need to see. But also what is most important to even know where the case has been registered. It's a Mumbra police station where the case has been registered. So we'll see what the further course of action that has to be taken by the police as well. So all eyes on that also as well. And also, as mentioned, that Supriya Sule has come forward. She has given a support to Jitendra Awad, and she spoke to Jitendra Awad over the phone. And she also mentioned that she, as he early morning, where he said that he decided to resign, it's killed the democracy as the case that is being registered against him. So here the Supriya Sule who asked him not to resign. So let's see what will be the in the coming time, what will be the further course of action, whether from the party or whether from the police officials.
Yes. Alisha, stay with us. We have Sandeep, of course, also reporting live from outside Jitendra Awad's residence. Sandeep, if you could tell us, what are the scenes around you? Are there still supporters outside his residence staging a protest? And we also understand that Awad was expected to do a press briefing also. Any word on that?
See, as far as press briefing is concerned, there is still a suspense over it. As you can see, we are outside at his residence, and in fact, the timing was given was of 10 a.m. in the morning. But as soon as we've been here, several sorts of meetings are underway, and at this point of time, he's meeting with his party workers and close aides. In fact, he's taking legal suggestions out here at his residence that what could be done in this regard. Apart from that, what we've been told by the NCP supporters, and in fact the supporters of Jitendra Awad, they have been asked to move to Mumbra police station and also near Kalwa Kaveri Setu. That is the place where they have been asked to gather by NCP, and in fact it is also being said that Jitendra Awad will also go to Mumbra police station post 1 p.m. So that is the update that we are getting. But so far, NCP leader and the MLA of NCP, Jitendra Awad, who is facing the allegations of molestation, he has not come into front of camera and spoken anything over it. But yes, as Alisha mentioned, that Supriya Sule has extended the support to Jitendra Awad and also have requested to withdraw the resignation and not to resign, in fact. And apart from that, NCP party has also come into support solely in the favor of Jitendra Awad. But it will be very much crucial what kind of actions has been initiated by Mumbra police, who have registered a case against Jitendra Awad.
Yes, Sandeep, stay with us. Alisha, of course, continues to be with us. Alisha, explain to us the reason why these protests were even held in the first place in the morning, which of course turned violent, because still now there have been no arrests. It's only an FI registered. So what was really the problem that the supporters of the NCP Neta had in the first place?
Well, Samisha, this is not the first time, because even we know the last FIR that was registered with the Vartak Nagar police station in Thane. There was also the protesters, the supporters of Jitendra Awad who came forward, and they were clearly mentioning that this is nothing but a political vendetta and the political pressure that they are getting to the police, after which the police are registering the case. And again, the same, here are the protesters who are making the same slogans, mentioning that the fake case that has been registered against Jitendra Awad should be withdrawn, should be taken down, and that is where they are demanding from the police right outside the police station. They are clearly saying that the Jitendra Awad has all the support, and the police which has registered a fake case, is what they have been telling. But see, it's very important. The section that has been invoked in the FIR is a 354. That's a molestation case that has been registered against Jitendra Awad, and it is only after the statement that was recorded. We even know the woman, the complainant, has also went to the Chief Minister. She met the Chief Minister and requested to direct the police officials to register an FIR and take a complaint. The police should take the complaint into the action, and after which there could be the possibility where the FIR, the directions would have come from the Chief Minister office. Well, we are not sure about it, but yes, right after that, where the complainant itself went to the police station.
Yes.
After hours of a complaint that was given, the FIR was registered, and here are the protesters who are continuously protesting, whether it is outside the police station or whether in the roads, because there was also the road that was blocked.
Yes. Alisha and Sandeep, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you. So, of course, a developing story there. Let's see how this pans out. For now, let's get a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. Prime Minister Modi to leave for the G20 summit today and expected to put forward India's perspective on addressing key global challenges in areas of health, post-pandemic economic recovery and energy and food security at the G20 summit in Bali that is taking place in the backdrop of Russia's increasing confrontation with the West over its invasion of Ukraine. The Varanasi court is likely to deliver a verdict on plea seeking shivling worship today, while the Supreme Court agreed to set up a bench last week to consider the Gyanvapi Kashi Vishwanath case in which the Hindu side has sought extension of an order related to protection of an area where shivling was found in what the Hindu side has claimed to be a shivling that's been found in the Gyanvapi mosque. A woman has filed an assault case against Jitendra Awad at Mumbra police station under sections including 354 of the IPC. The complainant has alleged that the assault occurred at the inauguration of a bridge in Thane at around 6:30 p.m. last evening, where she came to meet Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, and Awad's intentions were not correct. NCP leader Jitendra Awad has accused Maharashtra's police of registering 2 false cases against him in last 72 hours, continues with an alleged resignation. In fact, he's even said that he will be tendering his resignation from the post of an MLA. The accused responsible for the Istanbul bombing has been arrested as 6 people died in the explosion. 4 of them were at the scene and 2 of them in the hospital, whereas 81 others have been injured in this blast. A major crackdown on drugs as 155 kgs of drugs was seized by police in Punjab's Pathankot after a truck was stopped and searches were conducted. A case has been registered against 2 people, including the driver under the NDPS Act, and the truck was, we understand, was coming from Madhya Pradesh. 2 groups clashed over a trivial issue in Shivamoga's town, with a matter of contention being WhatsApp status. Few people have been injured in the incident, whereas a case has been registered and investigation has been ordered. A very short break coming up on the other side. Details as Varanasi court is set to deliver verdict on plea seeking shivling worship at the Gyanvapi complex. And India set to take over G20 presidency. Prime Minister Modi to outline stand on food and energy security.
To 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in National Capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji, has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Akhil Giri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party, the reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
Well, Sudhir Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused.
And another big story that we are tracking, a probe, remember, has been ordered into the Udaipur-Ahmedabad railway line blast with a possible terror angle, which is under investigation following the incident. So yes, the explosion that happened under mysterious circumstances. Amardeep there reporting live from the explosion site. In fact, those are the visuals also coming in right now of all the inspection that is taking place, personnel that have been deployed. Amardeep, what is the latest you're picking up? Of course, there's a larger plot from what it appears to blow up the railway track.
देखिए, हाई पावर ब्लास्ट था। हाई पावर ब्लास्ट के बाद में एनआईए की टीम और एटीएस की टीम पहुंचती है। उसके बाद में आज मॉर्निंग में एनएसजी के जो अधिकारी हैं वो पहुंचते हैं और उसके बाद में जांच करते हैं। पूरा जो मेन ब्लास्ट एरिया था, उस ब्लास्ट एरिया को सील कर दिया गया है। वहां पे अभी एनएसजी के अधिकारी अभी भी जो है तहकीकात कर रहे हैं, साक्ष्य जुटाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे तस्वीरें तो यहाँ पे तमाम राजस्थान के पुलिस के जवान जो है वो भी हैं, राजस्थान पुलिस के अधिकारी भी हैं, लेकिन साथ में सबसे फ्रंट पे जो है वो एनएसजी के अधिकारी आपको नजर आएंगे, जिन्होंने ब्लास्ट वाले एरिया में जो है सबूत जुटाने की कोशिश किया, कुछ सैंपल्स लिए हैं। उसके अलावा सबसे बड़ी चीज़ ये है कि इस इलाके की एक मैप जो है वो मैप कोडिंग की है उन्होंने, और एक पॉइंट टू पॉइंट जो नोट थे वो बनाए हैं। उसके अलावा कुछ सैंपल्स जो हैं वो कलेक्ट किए हैं। इसके साथ ही राजस्थान पुलिस के अधिकारियों से वो जानना चाह रहे हैं कि ये ट्रैक जो है वो 14 दिन पहले इसका इनॉग्रेशन होता है, पीएम इसका इनॉग्रेशन करते हैं, उसके बाद ऐसी इलाके
All right, so Amardeep there getting us those live visuals as well and reporting live from that explosion site. The visuals, of course, coming in, as you can see, officials there who are present at the location at the explosion site, trying to look into all possible angles into this explosion that happened on Sunday. Remember, the explosion happened just 2 hours ahead of train's passage. The explosion that happened on the Asarba-Udaipur Express route. And remember, it was on 31st of October that the Prime Minister had flagged off the Asarba-Udaipur Express, and the explosion that has happened just days after, in fact, just 13 days after the train was flagged off by the Prime Minister. So what is suspicious is that mining explosives that were used for the explosion and intent to cause damage to tracks is what is being probed. The explosion that happened on railway track on a bridge, and just 13 days after the train was inaugurated, was flagged off by the Prime Minister. Of course, the live visuals there coming in from the explosion site, where the officials are there inspecting and looking into all possible angles into this explosion. But the terror angle, which is primarily being looked into, the question here rising as to was the explosion and track damage aimed at train derailment, and was the explosion aimed at larger scale destruction and casualties? Was it an attempt to blow up railway track, and is there a terror angle into this, which is essentially being probed by the officials? Amardeep also reporting live from the explosion site. Amardeep, we understand that the Railways Minister has also responded to the same. If you could take us through what has really the Minister said into the terror angle which is being looked into this blast incident.
देखिए, रेलवे मिनिस्टर अश्विनी वैष्णव ने कल इवनिंग में जिस तरीके से बयान दिया था, उन्होंने कहा था कि यात्रियों को कहीं ना कहीं नुकसान पहुंचाने की एक साजिश थी और एक बड़ी साजिश जो है वो कहीं ना नाकाम करने की कोशिश की गई थी। वहीं दूसरी तरफ मैं सबसे पहले साइड पे आपको दिखाऊंगा कि ये जो मौके हैं, मौके पे एक्शन लेती
Well, on to more breaking news coming in. This one on the Kerala governor versus the government showdown. From the news coming in, it's a big vindication for the Kerala governor Arif Muhammad Khan. That's the breaking update coming in. A big vindication of sorts for the Kerala governor Arif Muhammad Khan is what we are given to understand. A big setback coming in for the Kerala government after the Kerala HC has quashed appointment of a vice chancellor. So remember, it was a big showdown of sorts between the governor and the government over appointment of governor. The Kerala HC there quashing the appointment of a VC. With this, the Kerala governor stands vindicated. And we have Ashwin, of course, reporting live. Ashwin, take us through all the details you're picking up. What has the Kerala HC said, essentially quashing the appointment of a VC?
Well, the Kerala High Court has quashed the appointment of the Vice Chancellor of the Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies, known as KUFOS. Now, what the Kerala High Court has stated is that the selection committee has defaulted, has made grave errors in terms of selection of the Vice Chancellor. Now, it is very interesting because this verdict is coming at the time when there has been a huge issues that has cropped up between the governor and the government in terms of appointment. Now, interestingly, Dr. Riji had already been issued a show cause notice by the governor himself after the Supreme Court verdict came to power. Now, this case, which now has come, the verdict has come from the High Court, has been filed before the Supreme Court order. So it holds more vindication for the governor just because the High Court has very clearly stated, one, that the state laws which has been used to make this appointment, it does not stand in view of the UGC regulations, and that if there is a conflict, it is only UGC regulations which needs to be followed. And now the High Court has even told the Chancellor to start a fresh appointment, which essentially means it's a clear vindication for the Kerala governor, who's also the Chancellor of University. He has now been told by the High Court to start a fresh appointment, let the selection committee come up with the new set of appointments according to the UGC regulations and not according to the Kerala State Act. So this is the big setback definitely for the Kerala government, as there is a huge stiff that has been going on. And also Dr. Riji, who's also been given a show cause notice, has refused to talk to the media today after the High Court came up with this quashing. But seriously, a big win for the Kerala governor. It vindicates its stance that UGC regulations stands above the state laws in terms of appointment of vice chancellors. Samiksha.
All right. Ashwin, this is Nupur here. So essentially, as you're pointing out, of course, this is going to be a huge setback for the Kerala government. Now, how do you see this going forward, in the battle that we've seen between the Kerala government and the governor? How does this now, impact that?
Well, the rule of law is what is going to take this case forward, because what is essentially happening is that the governor is completely, holding his fort on the Supreme Court verdict, which nullifies the appointments made as per the State Act. Here, the governor is stating very clearly that the UGC regulations hold more supremacy over the state laws. And that is the reason why the governor has even sent a show cause notice. Now, all the 9 appointments which has been done, which the governor has sent a show cause notice. I'm going to have to interrupt you, Ashwin. I'm going to come back to you in just a bit. But Mr. Varakan joining us on the phone line. Mr. Varakan, good morning. Thank you for speaking to us. Now, Mr. Varakan, it does appear to have been a setback for the Kerala government.
government as the High Court there has quashed the appointment of a Vice Chancellor. Now, this, of course, is also an embodiment of the battle that we are seeing between the Kerala government and the Kerala governor. How do you see the court's verdict in that light?
This is a vindication of what the governor stood for and the Supreme Court's ruling. It is clearly the UGC domain to decide on the kind of qualifications and the terms and conditions of any appointee across the country. Now, if the Kerala government wants to create its own system of, qualification, well, that is part of their program. So I think it's very clear the rule of law will prevail, and the High Court ruling only establishes that.
Right, absolutely. Mr. Varakan, thank you very much for speaking to us on Republic TV. So, Mr. Varakan over there saying that this is a huge vindication. Mr. Varakan, one quick question before we let you go. I just wanted to ask you, how do you see this going forward? Now, obviously, this is going to be a precedent in law that has now been set, and we are given to understand that this, perhaps going forward, would also be a very important judgment. Do you feel perhaps that this is a vindication for what the governor has been doing and saying for so long?
Yes, precisely. I mean, the governor has been only, showing the route map of how the UGC rules and regulations are all about. And this is basically also what the Supreme Court has said. The problem here is the government of Kerala has its own agenda and wants to recruit its own people. That doesn't work. You can't interfere in the administration of universities to this scale. You will be doing long-term damage.
Right, absolutely. So, Mr. Varakan over there saying that you are doing long-term damage by making these sort of appointments. Thank you, Mr. Varakan, for joining us right now on the phone line. Ashwin, coming back to you now. Ashwin, how do you see the Kerala government's next move in this? Because essentially at the heart of this battle that we see is, the fight between the Kerala governor and the government, with both sides, in a sense, digging in their heels.
Nupur, what is very interesting about this particular verdict is that this verdict was, has come with regard to the appointment of Vice Chancellor. Now, Dr. Reggie was in fact appointed by the governor himself, because he had received the highest, advice from the law officer of the state, stating that he can be appointed. Remember, the selection committee's job is to collect the short list about 3 to 5 people who are eligible for the post. The governor's job is to select one from this. Now, even that was done in this case in terms of appointment of Dr. Reggie. Now, the High Court has stated even that appointment is illegal because it has not followed the UGC regulation, which is exactly what the governor has been stating all this while after the Supreme Court verdict came into picture. He has been stating, and he has also issued the show cause notice, stating that even the appointment which has been made, although by the nominees were given by the selection committee based on which he has selected one person, even that is now void. And based on that, this is a second vindication that is coming. Now, of course, the Supreme Court had earlier stated this, governor has acted on it, and now with the High Court coming into and, seconding the exact words of the governor, it really shows that the governor has an upper hand at the moment over here in this case, and that the law will take its final course, and the chancellor, the governor who's also the chancellor, will have the final say in terms of appointment. So clearly the government will have a lot to answer. It will have to even see the way of the selection committees are constituted. That is number one. Number two, it cannot move forward without following the UGC regulations. Even the state acts that has been made for appointments, all that has gone out of the picture. The Supreme Court and now the High Court also towing the same line of that of the governor, what he has been also stating. Clearly the governor has an upper hand at the moment, but the battle goes on.
Stay with us. I'm going to come back to you. Joining me on the phone line right now is Mr. A.P. Abdullah Kutty. Mr. Abdullah Kutty, thank you very much for speaking to us. Now, Mr. Abdullah Kutty, how do you see this judgment that's come in? Now, essentially what we're given to understand is that the Kerala High Court has quashed the appointment of the Vice-Chancellor of Kerala Universities, Rigi John, saying that his appointment is illegal because it does not follow the guidelines and the regulations of the UGC.
The High Court verdict is very happiest move. This is very clearly said. The Governor Arif Muhammad Khan is right. This verdict is slap to the Pinarayi Vijayan unconstitutional government. This is very happiest verdict.
All right. Thank
Hello?
you. Right. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Kutty. Thank you for joining us right now. So that's the reaction that we are getting from people, that this does appear to be a vindication of the stand so far of the governor in this case. You are watching Republic TV, and still to come, the NCP's Jitendra Awad faces a second FIR, decides to resign as an MLA. And India is set to take over the G20's presidency. Prime Minister Modi is to outline its stand on food and energy security.
Well, Sudhir Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused of converting poor Hindus by tricking them.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in National Capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji, has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Akhil Giri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party, the reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
Well, Sudhir Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing.
A look at the top international news. Turkish Vice President has said that the bomb which rocked a bustling pedestrian avenue in the heart of Istanbul, killing 6 people, appeared to be a terrorist act. Emergency vehicles rushed to the scene of the Istiklal Avenue, a popular thoroughfare lined with shops and restaurants that lead to the iconic Taksim Square. Thousands of anti-government protesters returned to the streets of Moldova's capital Sunday to express their dismay over alleged government failings amid an acute winter energy crisis and skyrocketing inflation. The protesters converged in Chisinau and chanted slogans as they marched towards the Constitutional Court. They called for an early election and resignation of Moldova's pro-Western President Mai Sandu. Liberal rights advocate Natasa Perk-Musrar has won a run-off to become Slovenia's first female head of state and said that she will seek to build the deep left-right divide in Alpine nation of about 2 million people. While nearly all the voters counted in the small European Union nation, the conservative former Foreign Minister Anze Logar lost. And still to come, a Varanasi court will be delivering its verdict on a plea seeking the Shivling worship inside Gyanvapi today.
The Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party, the reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
Well, Sudhir Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused of converting poor Hindus by tricking them.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in national capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Kilgiri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident.
Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Indonesia along with several other world leaders in order to attend the G20 summit. Here's a detailed report on what to expect.
Prime Minister Modi is visiting Indonesia today for the G20 Leaders Summit in the resort island of Bali. In the summit at Bali, the leaders in the G20 forum are expected to deliberate extensively upon key global issues under the summit theme of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. The two-day event will be attended by the heads of 17 countries, and Prime Minister Modi is expected to also have 8 to 10 bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the G20 summit. Only 3 world leaders, Russian President Vladimir Putin and the leaders of Mexico and Brazil, will be skipping the G20 meet. The G20 summit will be held at various locations in Bali. The summit becomes crucial as India will assume presidency of this global forum from the 1st of December and host a series of meetings on international issues. Agency report for Republic TV.
And still to come, explosion on tracks near Udaipur. The police says all angles, including sabotage, are now being investigated.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in national capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Akhil Giri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party, the reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
But Sudhir Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused of converting poor Hindus by tricking them.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be leaving for the G20 summit today and is expected to put forward India's perspective on addressing key global challenges in areas of health, post-pandemic economic recovery and energy and food security at the G20 summit in Bali that is taking place in the backdrop of Russia's increasing confrontation with the West over its invasion of Ukraine. A Varanasi court is likely to deliver its verdict on a plea seeking shivling worship today, whereas the Supreme Court has agreed to set up a bench to consider the Gyanvapi Kashi Vishwanath case in which the Hindu side has sought an extension of an order related to protection of an area where a shivling was found on the Gyanvapi premises. And on the other side, we bring you the details of the crucial Gyanvapi verdict that we are expecting today.
30 to 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in national capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Akhil Giri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party. The reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
Well, there is a protest in support of Jitendra Award on an FIR that has been registered against him under Section 354 of the IPC. The protest, which has been ongoing continuously right outside the Mumbra police station, where the FIR registered right after the complaint that has been given yesterday at around the incident at around 6:30, where the woman has went to meet the Chief Minister, where the Chief Minister, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, who came for an inauguration of a new Kalwa bridge in the same constituency where Jitendra Award do represent, and even the Jitendra Award was present in the same event. Moreover, we can see there here is the continuous protest that has been ongoing in the support of Jitendra Award, clearly mentioning the case which has been registered against him is a fake and nothing but a political vendetta. The police which has been pressured by the Maharashtra government, and this is something a fake case that has been continuously been, and here are the protesters who are continuously protesting in the support of Jitendra Award.
30 to 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Well, Sudhir Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused of converting poor Hindus by tricking them.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in National Capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Akhil Giri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
And news just coming in, we are now learning that the Calcutta High Court has allowed a PIL seeking action against the Bengal Minister Akhil Giri. Republic Bangla had exposed Akhil Giri's comment insulting the president. The PIL has now been filed in the Calcutta High Court, has sought the minister's removal and arrest for this comment. Do remember that this was a sexist jibe that Akhil Giri, a TMC minister, had made against the president. And thereafter, there was, of course, a severe backlash against him, with various political parties asking for him to be removed as a minister. Now we are given to understand that the Calcutta High Court has allowed a PIL that seeks action against the Bengal minister Akhil Giri. Republic Bangla, of course, had exposed that comment that came in from Akhil Giri. Do remember that he'd made that comment at a meeting with his supporters. It was a derogatory comment that was aimed at the president, Draupadi Murmu. Thereafter, we heard the TMC say that they don't endorse it, but no action was taken, and now we are learning that the Calcutta High Court has allowed for a PIL. I think we've got... Well, we'll get you more details on that in just a bit. We step into a very short break. On the other side, more news coming in, including Jitendra Awad of the NCP now faces a second FIR. And India is set to take over the G20's presidency. Prime Minister Modi is to outline his stand on food and energy security.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party, the reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
Matsudi Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused of converting poor Hindus by tricking them.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in national capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Kilgiri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had enough punishment for this life.
Today in national capital, BJP MP from Hubli, Lokesh Chaudhary ji has come here at a North Avenue police station to file a complaint against Kilgiri.
The IMD has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu, predicted heavy rainfalls in the state.
Taiwanese Defense Ministry saying that 36 fighter jets and bombers seen flying near Taiwan.
Senior students who are seen beating and very badly assaulting him. Shocking incident coming to light from IVS in Hyderabad.
Hasibul Hassan, who is the former nominated councillor of the Aam Aadmi Party, the reason why he even climbed that particular tower is because he was denied a ticket.
Matsudi Suri's murder accused Sandeep Singh was felicitated by showering flower petals in Amritsar during his hearing. Explosion on railway tracks, big questions emerge. Was it a mishap or a sabotage?
In Fatehpur, 8 FIRs have been registered in a year for illegal conversions. Those following Christianity were accused of converting poor Hindus by tricking them.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
A recap of the top headlines at 12 this afternoon. The NCP's Jitendra Awad faces a second FIR, decides to resign as an MLA. It's a big vindication for the Kerala governor. Kerala High Court quashes key government appointment. Explosion on tracks near Udaipur. The police say all angles, including sabotage, are being looked into. It is a shocking incident of rape in the name of Nikah Halala in Uttar Pradesh. Is UCC the way forward? A Varanasi court is to deliver its verdict on a plea seeking Shivling worship today. And India is set to take over its G20 presidency. Prime Minister Modi is to outline its stand on food and energy security. Good afternoon. You're watching live and breaking. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Now, the Mehrauli police have solved a 6-month-old case and arrested a person by the name of Aftab for killing a woman called Shraddha. The gruesome details of how this murder took place are also now beginning to come in. We are given to understand that this is a 6-month-old case that has been solved by the Delhi police. Piyush Ori joins us right now. He has more details on what really happened. Piyush, good afternoon. Take us through the details that you are learning in this case now. We are told, Piyush, that this actually is a 6-month-old case which has finally been solved by the Mehrauli police.
Yes, good afternoon, Nupur. So yes, you rightly said that this is a 6-month-old case. What we've been told by the Mehrauli police is that this case, this murder occurred on 18th May. Following which the accused, Aftab, first strangulated the victim, identified as Shraddha, who was his live-in partner, and then stored her body for a few days just to make sure that he finds a proper place to dump the body. And then what occurred was more horrific, ghastly and gory. What we got to know was that in order to make sure that the body did not get identified, he cut the body into 35 pieces and dumped into several forest areas of Mehrauli. So, yes, so this is what is being...
Now, we are given to understand that these two were in a live-in relationship and thereafter things turned ugly between them. There was an argument which led to this horrific crime. Can you give us more details on what you are learning about this?
So yes, Nupur, let us just understand what actually happened. Both Shraddha and Aftab used to work in a Mumbai call center, and from there they fell in love with each other. But the family of Shraddha was not very happy of this relationship. So because of which they came to Delhi. Now in Delhi they stayed as live-in partners for a few months. But Shraddha was very keen of marrying Aftab, but Aftab continued to refuse. Now, because of which the friction between the two grew much larger, and following which, one day, because of a heated argument, Aftab strangulated Shraddha to death, and then subsequently cut her body into pieces. Yes, back to you.
Absolutely. As you're pointing out, Piyush, very horrific details are now emerging of this murder case which has been solved by the Mehrauli police. Now, you're of course saying that we are also given to understand that the Mehrauli police actually have been able to apprehend Aftab.
Yes, in fact, we just went to Mehrauli police station and they have been able to apprehend Aftab, and today at around afternoon they would be taken to Aftab would be taken to court. But right now what we are doing is we'll be going to the forest area in Mehrauli where Aftab reportedly dumped the body of Shraddha, who was coincidentally his lover, and find out what actually would have transpired on the night when he committed this gruesome murder and subsequently got into this gruesome act.
Now, as you're pointing out, this is a 6-month-old murder case. Piyush, but the police weren't able to trace, what really happened in this particular case. We're now given to understand that it's only after, continuously investigating this for 6 months that the police have been finally able to understand what really transpired between the two. And also, it's just very gruesome, the details that now seem to be emerging. There is talk of the fact that there was a refrigerator that he bought, for this purpose, to make sure that he could dispose of the body.
Nupur, first of all, let us understand that in Delhi, or practically in most of the metropolitan cities, this kind of incident where often a friction between two lovers result in gruesome murder is not a new incident. We have seen these kind of gruesome incidents happening quite a number of times in Delhi. And this incident where Aftab, the accused, first murdered Shraddha, the victim, and then cut her body into pieces, actually is horrific, but this is not a new phenomenon. But to be fair to Delhi police, it was a big challenge for them, because to first identify the body that has been cut into pieces, that has been mutilated, that has been dumped in the forest of Mehrauli, was first a major challenge. Second, you have to be also giving a lot of appreciation to the family of Shraddha. What we've been told is that Shraddha's father, who was there in Mumbai, he came to Delhi in search of his daughter. When he did not find any, he was not able to get in touch with her. So he came to Delhi, he got in touch with the law enforcement officials over here, and his doggedness actually resulted in law enforcement officials also investigating this entire matter. Subsequently, after a lot of probe, after a lot of investigation, they were able to find out that the body that was cut into pieces was actually that of Shraddha, and ultimately it resulted in the arrest of Aftab. Yes, back to you in the studio.
Absolutely. So those are the details that now appear to be emerging in this particular case. We are given to understand that there was a rift between these two, Shraddha and Aftab, who used to work in a call center together. Their families were opposed to their marriage, and the two of them did get into an argument. They were in a live-in relationship. Allegations seem to suggest All right, so pictures on your screen are of the protests that are taking place outside the Mumbra police station, where action is expected against Jitendra Awad. There's a FIR that was lodged against him. Alisha, take us through what's happening around you.
Well, directly, let me show you the visual. There are the tire that has been burned right outside the police station, where the here are the protesters who have been protesting since last night. We have been seeing, and there are many of the roads. This is not the first time that we have been seeing, but the tire has also been burned earlier on the roads of this Mumbra, and now we can see here are the protesters who are getting very much violent, and they are clearly demanding to withdraw the case that has been registered against Jitendra Awad. We know that there is a section 354 of the IPC which is being registered against Jitendra Awad, and right after that here are the supporters of Jitendra Awad who are getting very much violence here. So here now the police has also been interrupting because looking at the protesters. So here we can see the police who have been trying to get in control of the fire that has been erupted right outside the police station of Mumbra police station, and here are the police who have been trying to control even the mob that has the protesters that has come across, and now the police is been trying to handle the situation, but this is something is being going out of the hand, because here the protesters are clearly mentioning there should be the case that has to be withdrawn, the fake case that has been registered against Jitendra Awad. And even we saw Ruta Samant, who is the wife of Jitendra Awad, she is also protesting right outside the Mumbra police station. So here now the police who have been disrupting all the protesters from outside the police station who have been protesting. Also, we'll just show you the visuals from another side where the protesters is still underway. There are continuously slogans that has been made. Okay, so here are the police who is now has interrupted, and they are trying to disperse the crowd which is present here, and full drama we can see from the protesters. So here the visuals now, the police, some of the way are going to even detain they are going to detain the protesters who have been protesting since 11. We are continuously showing you the visuals as we saw how they burned the tires right outside the Mumbra police station. Also there was a protest inside Mumbra police station, and now the police is being taken the protester. They have been taking the protesters to the police station because they are something now taking the law and order into their hand. We saw that how the tires were burned, and also there are some people who are continuing protesting right outside the police station, as well as the wife of Jitendra Awad. We can see wife of Jitendra Awad in the picture where she is now entering Mumbra police station, and she has also clearly mentioned that this is something, a case that has been registered against her husband is a fake case. So here the police has to answer, which is why she has reached to police station, and she is also going to be protesting. She is also going to agitate right outside the police station. As we can see the picture, she is itself entering the police station. She is to meet the senior police officials of Mumbra police station, where she is also going to speak about it, because what we have been even told, there could be the atrocity case that has to be registered against the complainant, but we'll wait for in detailed information and the official statement that we will try to get from the police as well. But here Jitendra Awad's wife, who is right present outside the senior police inspector office, who is the investigating officer of the case that has been registered, and as we can see, she just entered the cabin of senior police inspector, and she is also going to speak to the senior police inspector who is investigating, because we have been seeing a major support that Jitendra Awad has been getting, whether it is from the Supriya Sule as well, because Supriya Sule also spoke to Jitendra Awad this morning right after the tweet that was tweeted by Jitendra Awad, clearly mentioning that it's a fake case that has been registered against him, and this time it's a 354. So he has decided to resign, and not only this, but his fight against the police cruelty is going to continue. He will fight against the cruelty that has been done by the police, is what he did. And right after that, Supriya Sule she spoke to Jitendra Awad, asking him not to resign. So here's a high voltage drama that we have been witnessing right outside the police station, where the protesters has reached through the police station. Now we saw there was a tire that was burned. Not only that, they are continuously have blocked even roads. There were buses which were blocked, where they were not allowed to go, and now they are making a full of drama right outside the police station. At this point of time, where the Jitendra Awad wife Rutu Samant is still inside the police official cabin. She is speaking to the senior police inspector who is present inside, and who is the investigating officer of this case, who registered a case of molestation against Jitendra Awad under section 354 of the IPC right after the complaint that was given by the complainant, clearly mentioning she just came to meet Chief Minister. Also speaking to the media, she mentioned that she just came to meet a Chief Minister who was present in her own constituency. She was, but the way while going through ahead, where Jitendra Awad pushed her, heckled her, and which is why the intentions of Jitendra Awad is also not good, is what been mentioned. So right after the statement that was recorded by the complainant, there was an FIR that is registered. Now here are the protesters who are clearly mentioning that this is a fake this is a fake case that has been registered against Jitendra Awad, and that has to be withdrawn.
All right, so pictures on your screen are coming from the Mumbra police station in Thane, where a large number of his supporters of Jitendra Awad have now gathered. Now, also, Alisha, what we're given to understand is that there were reports of arson incidents earlier with protesters essentially very unhappy with the situation currently. Now, what are you hearing from the NCP on this?
Well, yes, talking about the last FIR that was registered, and right after the arrest of Jitendra Awad, there was also the supporter of Jitendra Awad who were protesting outside the Vartak Nagar police station, and they were clearly again mentioning that this is nothing but a politically vendetta, a political pressure that has been made on the police. And same here, the protester that we have been witnessing, and again they have been protesting over the FIR that has been registered against Jitendra Awad. But it's very serious offence that has been registered against him, because in the last FIR that was registered, it was a bailable offence that was registered against him, but which is why the court has also agreed to it, to send it first to the judicial custody. And when the bail plea was filed, he was granted bail with a surety bond of 15,000 rupees. But this is something, a very serious offence which is being registered, and a non-bailable offence that is being registered against him. I'll also ask my video journalist Sunil to show you the visuals of outside the police station. It's outside the Mumbra police station. Okay, so they are also entering the police station. So you can see the massive crowd, the massive supporters, a high voltage drama that has been done right outside now inside the vicinity of the Mumbra police station. Here they have already burned the tires, and the police has somehow made dispersed the crowd which was there present, which blocked the road. But now they also entered the police station. They are supporting Jitendra Awad, clearly mentioning that the FIR that has been registered against him should be withdrawn. But here is something now we have to see what the wife of Jitendra Awad, Rutu Samant, will say as she's been speaking to the investigation officer and the senior police inspector who is there present and investigating the case. She's been speaking to that, but here are the supporters, and they have been making a control of the complete police station. We can see it's very like, you know, it's very important to add the picture that we have been witnessing continuously here. They are just taking the law and order in their hand, where of course there is a police officials as well who have been present, who have been trying to control the crowd, and they have managed some of the way to take the crowd to the inside the police station, so that the people could not be able to the people could not be don't get disrupted with this, so that the normal life of the people don't get disturbed, which is where the police has brought all the protesters. तो यहाँ तस्वीरें हम देख रहे हैं जहाँ पर जो प्रोटेस्टर्स हैं वो लगातार यहाँ पर नारे लगाते दिखाई देते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। खासतौर पर हमने इससे पहले वाली तस्वीर में देखी जहाँ जितेंद्र अवार्ड के समर्थन पर जहाँ टायर्स भी जलाए गए थे, कहीं ना कहीं पे लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को हाथ में लिया जा रहा है। इसको देखते हुए पुलिस ने जो है एक ह्यूज पुलिस जो डिप्लॉयमेंट है वो की गई थी, और इम्पोर्टेंटली उसी पुलिस डिप्लॉयमेंट के बाद सभी जितने भी प्रोटेस्टर्स हैं वो अब पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर के प्रीमाइसेस में लाया गया ताकि बाहर की जो मूवमेंट है वो तेज ना हो। हम लगातार आपको तस्वीरें दिखाते जाएंगे कि किस तरीके से यहाँ पर जो नारे जो है वो लगाए जा रहे हैं जितेंद्र अवार्ड के समर्थन पर। लेकिन अब ये देखना होगा कि मुंब्रा पुलिस की ओर से क्या कार्रवाई की जाएगी, क्योंकि इसी केस के बाद जहाँ पर अब जितेंद्र अवार्ड की वाइफ रुतु सामंत जो कि खुद अब पुलिस स्टेशन पर पहुंची है, वो अब जो सीनियर पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर है उनसे बातचीत कर रही है, जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन ऑफिसर है उनसे बातचीत कर रही है। उससे पहले भी हमने देखा कि रुतु सामंत भी खुद सड़कों पर उतर के कहीं ना कहीं पे प्रोटेस्ट किए जा रहे थे, ये विरोध किया जा रहा था जो इस बार की जो एफआईआर दर्ज की गई है। क्योंकि इस बार का जो अगर इस केस को लेकर बात करें, कंप्लेंट देने के बाद जो कंप्लेनेंट है उसने साफ तौर पर अपने जो स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड की गई है उसी स्टेटमेंट में ये साफ तौर पर कहा है कि जिस इवेंट पे महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे न्यू कलवा ब्रिज के इनॉग्रेशन के लिए आए थे, उसी दौरान वो मुख्यमंत्री को मिलने के लिए ही वहां पर आगे बढ़ी थी। लेकिन उनके रास्ते पे जहां पर जितेंद्र अवार्ड आगे मौजूद चलते हुए नजर आ रहे थे और कहीं ना कहीं पर उनको हैकल किया है, उनको धक्का दिया, और जो इंटेंशन जितेंद्र अवार्ड का था वो सही नहीं था। इसी पूरे स्टेटमेंट लेने के बाद जहां पर पुलिस ने सेक्शन 354 ऑफ द आईपीसी यानी मोलेस्टेशन का केस जो है वो जितेंद्र अवार्ड के खिलाफ दर्ज की गई है, जो कि एक नॉन बेलेबल है। अब देखना ये होगा कि किस तरीके के आगे कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन जितेंद्र अवार्ड की ओर से भी रहेगी, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं पर सीनियर नेता और साथ ही कुछ एडवोकेट्स हैं जो उनके घर पर पहुंचे हैं और उनके साथ भी कहीं ना कहीं डिस्कशन की जा रही थी। हालांकि बताया जा रहा था कि जितेंद्र अवार्ड खुद मीडिया से बातचीत करेंगे, लेकिन जो है वो अभी फिलहाल अपने इस स्ट्रैटेजी को लेकर है कि आगे की किस तरीके से स्टेप्स लिया जाएगा। लेकिन एक हाई वोल्टेज ड्रामा हम खुद बिल्कुल मुंब्रा पुलिस स्टेशन के बाहर देख रहे हैं, जहाँ पर जितने भी सपोर्टर्स हैं वो यहाँ पर मौजूद है। इससे पहले सड़कों पर प्रोटेस्ट किया जा रहा था, सारे रोड्स को ब्लॉक किया जा रहा था, और इतना ही नहीं लेकिन टायर्स भी जलाए गए थे। यानी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन को कहीं ना कहीं लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को हाथ में लेने करने की पूरी कोशिश इन सभी प्रोटेस्टर्स के ओर से की जा रही है। जस्ट इसके लिए इन्हीं मांगों के साथ कि जो केस जितेंद्र अवार्ड पर दर्ज किया गया है वो केस अब विड्रॉ करना चाहिए, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं पर फेक केस है। और यही बात खुद जितेंद्र अवार्ड ने अपने ट्वीट के जरिए जो है इसकी जानकारी दे दी। साफ तौर पर यह कहा है कि 72 आवर्स के अंदर ही जहां पर उनके ऊपर एक दूसरा केस दर्ज किया गया है, और ये दूसरा केस जो कि 354 के तहत दर्ज किया गया है। कहीं ना कहीं पर ये लोकशाही की हत्या की जा रही है, जिसको देखते हुए एक एमएलए के तर्ज पर वो रिजाइन भी करेंगे। लेकिन इसी को देखते हुए कहीं ना कहीं पर सुप्रिया सुले से भी बातचीत हो चुकी है, जो बताया जा रहा है कि सुप्रिया सुले ने खुद जितेंद्र अवार्ड से बातचीत की है और उनको कहा है कि वो रिजाइन न करें। लेकिन एक तस्वीर है जहां पर हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं मुंब्रा पुलिस स्टेशन के बाहर की, जहां यहां पर लगातार प्रोटेस्ट किया जा रहा है। अब इंतजार सिर्फ जितेंद्र अवार्ड की वाइफ के है, जो खुद अब सीनियर पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर से बातचीत कर रही है, और कहीं ना कहीं पर बाहर होने के बाद वो मीडिया से बातचीत कर सकती है।
All right, so pictures on your screen are of what's happening at the outside the Mumbra police station. Rather, Jitendra Awad's wife also is at the police station. She's speaking to the police over there. Do remember that there's an FIR that's been filed against Jitendra Awad. This is a non-bailable offence. This after a woman complained against him yesterday. Alicia continues to be with us. She's reporting from outside the Mumbra police station where all of this is happening now. Alicia, this of course is a non-bailable offence that has been lodged against Jitendra Awad. Earlier on, of course, he said that he's going to resign as an MLA also. What are you hearing on that? And his wife is there, so what is she there for?
Well, Nupur, we saw that his wife, who was also present and participated in the protest that has been interrupted right outside the Mumbra police station, but now she has went inside and she's been talking to the senior police inspector over the case, because it's a demand that has been continuously coming in from the supporters of Jitendra Awad that the case that has been registered against him is not correct. It's a fake FIR. It's a fake section that has been evoked against him, and the complaint should be withdrawn. The FIR should be withdrawn is what has been asked by the people who have been supporting specifically the Mumbra police station, where the protesters are protesting continuously. So we'll see once she comes out of the table of the senior police inspector. We'll even try to speak to her and say what exactly she went inside. But yes, while talking about the resignation, where the Jitendra Awad itself has mentioned about through his tweet that he is going to resign because it's something like killing the democracy, because the second case that has been registered against him is something, is the fake registration, is the fake FIR that has been registered against him, and he cannot tolerate this or cannot see his from his own eyes, which is why he wanted to resign as an MLA. But of course, there were several calls also that was made to Jitendra Awad. As we know from our sources that Supriya Sole also spoke to Jitendra Awad asking him not to resign because he did a lot of work at his constituency, is what we've been told. And so we'll see what the decision will be taken by the Jitendra Awad, because it was like 10 a.m. in the morning when he was supposed to speak to the media. But that does not happen, because there were several of meetings that has been lined up at his residence in Thane, where he even is meeting his legal team. So there could be possibility of him taking a legal option. What can be the legal option that he has been pursuing for? That is a discussion that is continuously ongoing at his residence. But here is the high voltage drama that we have been witnessing since morning. Not only outside the Mumbra police station, but also as well as there are several of the lanes that has been where we have saw that there were road were blocked, as well as that there were tire that was burned. So such agitation that has been done by the supporters of Jitendra Awad is continuously we have been witnessing since morning. Now you can see a huge crowd of protesters who have been gathered here in Mumbra police station. At first they were blocking the roads, but yes, of course the police officials who are present, they just disrupted all the crowds, and they managed to get all the crowds inside the Mumbra police station, because there was also many of the ambulances and as well as the bus that was interrupted. They didn't even allow any of the bus to move, and they were just continuously protesting on road, which actually has given a disrupted to the roads and of course to the vehicles as well. So after which the police has
stay with us, Alicia. Breaking news coming in. We are now learning that the BJP has demanded Jitendra Awad's resignation over what has been happening. So, Alisha, any more details that you can share with us? Now, earlier, of course, Jitendra Awad has said that he's going to resign as an MLA. Thereafter, we were hearing that there were second thoughts on that. Now, but now political parties actually demanding for his resignation, Alisha?
Well, yes, that is a statement that has been coming from BJP Maharashtra President Chandrasekhar Bavankulhe, who would demand the resignation of Jitendra Awad. So while speaking to the media, where Chandrasekhar Bavankulhe has said that what has happened and the molestation case that has been registered against Jitendra Awad, so it's a high time for him to give his resignation. So here is the BJP who has been demanding a resignation from Jitendra Awad, but we have to see what is the step that is going to be taken by Jitendra Awad, because it's a very serious offence that has been registered, and as I earlier mentioned, it's a non-bailable offence that has been registered against him. That is section 354 of the IPC, which is okay. So here we have been seeing the visuals right after having the talks with the senior police inspector. Here the Jitendra Awad's wife, who has come out of the cabin of the senior police inspector. We are expecting whether she is going to speak to the media or not. That is the point. We'll see. But yes, as I was talking about the
आप वो वीडियो देखिए, मेरे पास भी है। जिस प्रकार से उसको, जिस तरह से वीडियो देखेंगे आप, आमदार के राजीनामा छोड़ो, राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस में सही में नैतिकता होगी तो जितेंद्र आव्हाड को निलंबित करना चाहिए। राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस ने जितेंद्र आव्हाड को निलंबित करना चाहिए। 8 दिन पहले सुप्रिया सुळे जी के खिलाफ एक वर्ड बोला गया जो किसी को मान्य नहीं है। अब समर्थन बिल्कुल नहीं करेंगे अब्दुल सत्तार जी का, बट अभी तो ये फिजिकली जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने एक महिला के उठा के ऐसा करने का, और उसके बाद क्या बोलते हैं, ऐसी घटना होती रहती है, ऐसी घटनाएं होती रहती है। महिला सक्षमीकरण की बात करते हैं। अब पूरी राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस ने निर्णय करना चाहिए। आज आमदार की छोड़ो, आमदार का राजीनामा देना तो दीजिए। कोई आपको वहां पे 10-12 लोगों का प्रदर्शन करके आप बच नहीं सकते इससे। आप राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस, अजित पवार जी और शरद पवार जी, क्या उनको निलंबित करेंगे? क्या आपको लगता है करना चाहिए? क्या राष्ट्रवादी ने अभी उनका दोगली भूमिका उनके सामने आ रही है। अगर सही में राष्ट्रवादी को नैतिकता है तो जितेंद्र आव्हाड को निलंबित करें।
उनके ऊपर जो आरोप लगाए गए हैं विनय भंग के मामले में, तो वो इस्तीफा दे सकते हैं विधायक पद का। जितेंद्र आव्हाड ने ट्वीट किया
काल जो गुन्हा दाखल झाला विनय भंगाचा, एक लेडीज त्यांच्या समोर आली आणि ते बाजूलाच केले, त्याच्यावरूनच त्यांच्यावर विनय भंगाचा गुन्हा दाखल।
आप वो वीडियो देखिए, मेरे पास भी है। जिस प्रकार से उसको, जिस तरह से
All right, so pictures on your screen are of what's taking place in Mumbra, outside the police station over there, where an FIR has been lodged against Jitendra Awad. This appears to be pressure being put on the police by his supporters. Tires have been burned. There's been arson reported. You are watching Republic TV. We slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll be bringing you more of what's happening in Thane as well as across the country.
To 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Very difficult living situation in the national capital. AQI index in the national capital is 359. That puts the air pollution level into very poor category. This new poster that has been put out by the Twitter handle of the Delhi BJP showcases Manish Sisodia as a lutera.
It was a Veterans Day commemorative event. Aircraft crashing during an air show at Dallas. 6 people are feared dead.
Nalini, who has come out of the prison after 32 years, she says that she's had
Those are the visuals that we're getting of Prime Minister Modi. Now he, of course, is leaving for the G20 summit. In fact, Prime Minister Modi will be traveling to Bali to attend the 2-day-long G20 summit. In fact, talking about the itinerary, the Prime Minister has around 20 engagements lined up within 45 hours, including several bilateral meetings with other world leaders and a community event to connect with the Indian diaspora in Indonesia. So those are the visuals that we're getting exclusively on Republic, where he, of course, is leaving to travel to Bali for the G20 summit, which is a 2-day event. In fact, Foreign Secretary Vinay Quatra said that the Prime Minister will participate in 3 key sessions, including the food and energy security, digital transformation and health. The Prime Minister, of course, will join other leaders from around the globe in discussing several issues, including the state of the global economy, issues relating to energy, environment, agriculture, health and digital transformation. Well, for more on this, we're joined in by Samiksha, principal correspondent from the Mumbai newsroom. Samiksha, we're of course getting those visuals of Prime Minister Modi leaving for the G20 summit, but what more can you tell us about the fact that he's going to be attending the 2-day-long G20 summit?
Well, absolutely, Nivedna. So this is going to be a very, very important key summit, given the fact that it comes in the backdrop of several global headwinds. One, of course, being the geopolitical tensions, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which continues to rage, and also the fact that it's going to be the first in-person meet between Xi and Biden since Biden took over. Remember, there's been completely strained ties between China and US all this while, so it's going to be very interesting to see when that in-person meet happens between Xi Jinping and President Biden. Also, the very fact that it also comes in the backdrop of the global recession fears. Remember, inflation fears are something that has it has spiraled across the world. India's inflation rate is very much in the target range, but when we talk about the global superpower, US as well, that is facing record inflation rates. Not just the US, in fact, there are countries across the board, they are facing inflation pressure. So it remains to be seen what really comes out of this summit on the economic front. Also, this summit comes in the backdrop of Russia's nuke threat, North Korea's nuke threat, and the key focus, of course, will also be on global food and energy crisis. And also, just to put this into context, once again, that it's going to be very crucial for India for the very fact that India will take over the mantle for hosting the G20 in 2023. So very interesting to watch out for as to what really comes out of it. But the key focus, of course, will be the geopolitical tensions, how the countries need to come together in the post-pandemic era when people are still struggling to come out of it, and the countries, of course, reeling in the backdrop of record inflation.
Right. We also understand that the Prime Minister will be participating in 3 key sessions, including food and energy security, digital transformation and health. What more can you tell us on that front?
Well, that's right, Nivedna. So those will be the 3 key sessions, as you mentioned. One, of course, being the food and energy security. Second, the digital transformation. And third, of course, the Russia-Ukraine. In fact, the sessions that will focus on food and energy security and digital transformation. Now, talking about the bilaterals that are lined up, yes, Prime Minister Modi will hold bilaterals with at least 10 global leaders. As I just mentioned just a short while back, India will also be taking over the G20 presidency mantle. So from that front, it's very important for India. We also understand that there is a bilateral that could also happen between UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak as well as Prime Minister Modi. And in this particular summit, India is also expected to steer the G20 agenda for 2023. So yes, a host of issues that will be the focus of attention. But one, of course, being that India is all set to take over the G20 presidency mantle in 2023, Nivedna.
Right. As you're also pointing out, Samiksha, at the closing ceremony of the summit, of course, Indonesia will be handing over the G20 presidency to India for, the 1-year period. So, of course, Prime Minister will be, utilizing this opportunity at the Bali summit to invite leaders to India's G20 summit, which, of course, is, moment of pride for the country.
Well, absolutely, Nivedna. And, like I mentioned, the G20 agenda for 2023 will be very much set in the tone and tenor of the Prime Minister in his address that he's going to give in this summit. One, of course, being the food and energy security, digital transformation push. Also, the climate change factor is also going to be the center of focus in this bilaterals and the address of Prime Minister Modi. Digital evolution is also another front that will be focused on. So yes, several key factors that will be discussed in this particular summit. Just to put this all together, once again, the summit comes in the backdrop of the geopolitical tensions, which has also spiraled in the global markets. There have been markets that have, that have been impacted as a result of geopolitical tensions. Also, the very fact that the China and US ties remain strained, and it's going to be the first in-person meet that will happen between President Biden and Xi Jinping since Biden took over the reins as the US president. Also important to note here that there are several lingering fears of a global recession, given the fact that several countries are facing record inflation, not just the US but UK. India, of course, there are lingering fears as to how to keep that inflation very much in the target range. So it is across the board, so that global, what the measures that can be taken to tackle that global recession fear is also very much on the anvil. Nivedna.
All right. Thank you, Samiksha, for getting us all those details. Like Samiksha was also, of course, pointing out, Prime Minister Modi is leaving for the G20 summit. Now, of course, she also told us about 3 key sessions as well, which will, of course, focus on food and energy security, digital transformation and health. The Prime Minister, of course, will also join other leaders from around the globe in discussing several issues. Like Samiksha was also pointing out, with the fact that the summit will also be attended by Chinese President Jinping, US President Joe Biden and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, and, of course, French President Emmanuel Macron, among others. We'll continue to track that particular story, but moving on to more breaking news that's coming in at the moment. Well, more breaking news coming in. Awad supporters blocked the roads and burned tires in Mumbra. Those are the visuals that we're getting on our screens as well. Now, this is, of course, after the NCP leader faced the second FIR, where, of course, a woman had filed an assault case against Jitendra Awad. So his supporters now resorting to violence over there, where they blocked the roads and burned tires in Mumbra. In fact, talking about the complaint, the complainant had alleged that Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde had come to inaugurate the new Kalwa Bridge in Thane, where Jitendra Awad was also present at the same event. In fact, she went on to allege that she was molested with the fact that Jitendra Awad, who was passing through the huddled the woman's shoulder and even questioned, why are you standing in the middle? And after that particular complaint that was filed by the complainant, the Mumbra police registered an FIR under section 354 of the IPC against Jitendra Awad. And right after that, of course, we've been looking at these visuals where the protesters the supporters of Awad.
She goes and she eats lunch with आमचे जे कोणी माजी नगरसेवक आहेत त्यांच्या घरात जाऊन ते जेवणं जेवतात. दुसऱ्या दिवशी ते आव्हाडांकडून हार घालून घेतात. तिसऱ्या दिवशी त्या म्हणतात त्या बीजेपीच्या नेत्या आहेत. कमीत कमी इतक्या ब्लेटंटली तरी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीजना घाणेरडे कृत्य करायला प्लीज वापरू नका. त्याच्यामुळे लोकांचं राजकारण इन जनरल आणि पार्टीवरचे विश्वास उडतात.
अरे मुख्यमंत्री तिला हात लावून उभा आहे तिथे, मग ते विनयभंग होत नाही का?
ते बघा काय आहे, तुम्हाला आता मुख्यमंत्र्यांशी त्या हवापणाच्या गोष्टी करत होत्या का, त्या विचारत होत्या का, काय सांगत होत्या, हे बद्दल मी कशावरही येणार नाही. मला उद्या कोणी काही सांगेल, आय नीड टू यूज माय ब्रेन्स. ते पहिल्यांदा मी जेव्हा कोणाविरुद्ध तक्रार दाखल करते तेव्हा माझी स्वतःचं काय आहे ते आधी मी विचार करते आणि मगच मी तक्रार दाखल. तुम्ही ते बघाल, तुम्ही रोज न्यायालयात असालच तर तू प्लीज फॉलो.
मॅडम, याच्या मागे कोण असेल? आपण एक ट्विट देखील केलं होतं. काय नेमकं राजकारण सुरू आहे आणि कशा करता सुरू आहे?
मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं ना, राजन किडेनी सांगितलं ना सगळ्यांसमोर, जाहीररित्या ते बोलले की पुढच्या वेळेला या आमदारांना काढून टाका तुम्ही आणि मला तुम्ही निवडून द्या. म्हणजे अप्रत्यक्षपणे किती यांच्या डोक्यामध्ये मलाल भरलाय. आणि अनफॉर्च्युनेटली ते आधी NCPत होते, आता त्यांनी शिंदे गटांचे बोर्ड लावलेत. मी त्यांना खूप सुयश इच्छिते त्यांच्या पुढच्या वाटचालीसाठी. पण मी तुम्हाला हेच सांगते की हे सगळं करण्याच्या मागे जे कोणी असेल, मग भले ते पोलिसांनी मोठी FIR घेतली असेल दबावाखाली येऊन, मग भले त्या ज्यांनी कोणी त्यांना सांगितलं, जसं तुम्ही म्हणताय त्यांचे माननीय नेत्यांबरोबरचा फोटो आहे, मी नाही बघितला आणि हे कधी प्रूव्ह होणार नाही. कारण आज राज्यामध्ये याच्यापेक्षा भयंकर गुन्हे असलेली लोक मोठ्या मोठ्या पदांवर आहेत. सो प्रूव्ह झालेले गुन्हे जर कोणी विचारात घेत नाहीये तर कोण येऊन सांगणार आहे? शेवटी बळीचा बकरा ती महिलाच होणार आहे, हेही आपल्याला माहिती आहे. कोणी समोर येणार नाही त्यांना वाचवायला.
थँक्यू मॅम.
All right, that was Jitendra Awad's wife reacting about the fact that now on one hand the supporters of Jitendra Awad have been protesting outside the police station. Now remember earlier Jitendra Awad had tweeted, on one hand he did state that he would resign as the MLA because he believes that there is political pressure on the police to be taking action against him. In fact, he also called it a political vendetta. Now we have Alisha, of course, who's been tracking this particular story for us. Alisha, of course, you know, we've been seeing these, visuals coming in of Awad supporters vandalizing public property as well. On one hand, of course, it is his, right to kind of a viewpoint after the allegations have been made. But the fact that they're, resorting to violence, to be putting the fact that this pressure has, he believes that it is political vendetta. What can you tell us right now, the current situation after the fact that we see these visuals also out there?
Well, yes, right after the FIR that has been registered against Jitendra Awad, we have been seeing continuously protests that has been erupted by the supporters of Jitendra Awad. Let me also show you the visuals right outside the Mumbra police station where the FIR has been registered, and there are a number of supporters of Jitendra Awad who has been gathered here since last night, right after the FIR which was registered against Jitendra Awad. So, well, we know it's a very serious offence that has been registered against him, and also a non-bailable offence that has been registered against him. But here also his wife has reached, that is Ruta Samant, who has met the senior police officials here in the police station, and while speaking to the media, she also mentioned that this is something, a very wrong case that has been registered against his husband, and of course he is not going to resign because this is the people who have came in support, the constituency where he belongs to, and the constituency people have reached in support and favor in Jitendra Awad, so there is no need of him to resign. But as he's been elected by his own people. So this was the statement that came in from his wife, who went earlier, who went inside the police station and met the police officials and given a statement to the media as well. But here we have been seeing continuously visuals from in and outside the police station. We even saw the people who were gathered right outside the police station, how there were the tires that was burned. Not only that, they have disrupted, and specifically all the roads that was blocked. The bus and the vehicles were not even allowed. There are some other people who are still been waiting right outside the police station, but some of the, either way the police, the time a tire was burned, there was a police official who interrupted they interrupted and got all the protesters inside the police station so they can protest here. And the situation, the waiting situation, there was people and all the vehicles that was interrupted, after which that was cleared by the police. So this is all the situation at this point of time. What we have been witnessing a high-vol drama which has been continuously ongoing since the last evening, and this is something in the favor of Jitendra Awad, because their demand is the FIR that has been registered against him should be withdrawn. It's a fake FIR that's been registered, and that is also what Jitendra Awad has also mentioned in his tweet this early morning. He clearly said that within 72 hours where the police has registered another case, and that too this time it's 354. This is something, democracy has been killed, which is why he wanted to resign as an MLA. But there was a phone call also that has been given to Jitendra Award by Supriya Sule. We even heard Supriya Sule when Jitendra Award was arrested on forcefully stopping the screening of Har Har Mahadev, and there was also the person who was beaten, and right after that the police, Vartak Nagar police, who arrested Jitendra Award, and Supriya Sule has also given her support at that point of time. And today as well, when there is a molestation case that has been registered against him, again Supriya Sule has made a call to Jitendra Award and asking him not to resign. Once again, I'll just give you the sense of in and around of the police station where the protesters has been continuously protesting, and they have also mentioned that they are going to continue with their protest till the time the FIR that has been registered won't get withdrawn. So here we have been seeing the people who are continuously been waiting outside. We can even see the wife of Jitendra Award, Ruta Samant, who also reached here, and she even spoke to the senior police officials, and she also says that this is nothing but a political vendetta.
You know, as this, is happening where the protesters are, of course, resorting to violence, on the other hand, we also understand, several political parties are also demanding the resignation of Jitendra Awad, Alisha.
Well, yes, sir. That's a Bharatiya Janata Party. Maharashtra President Chandrasekhar Bawankule has demanded for a resignation of Jitendra Awad. What has been mentioned by Chandrasekhar Bawankule that this is something, a very serious case that has been registered against Jitendra Awad. So here should be NCP, whether it is Sharad Pawar or the senior leaders of the NCP, should remove Jitendra Awad as the MLA. He should be asked to tender his resignation. So we are actually even waiting to get an official words from the Jitendra Awad, because Jitendra Awad was about to speak to the media at 10 a.m. in the morning, but there are a series of meetings which has been continuously ongoing at his residence, whether it is he might also be seeking a legal opinion. There was the advocates, his legal team, who has reached to a resident right after the protest that was continuously erupted, and he also tweeted that he wanted to resign as an MLA. So there could be a legal opinion that might have been should be taken place is something we'll wait for a moment as the day goes, and what will be the final decision that will be taken by Jitendra Awad, because this is a case, a very serious non-bailable offence that has been registered against him, outraging modesty of a woman. That is section 354 of the IPC that has been registered against him, and it's clearly even mentioned that the intention of Jitendra Awad was not right when he pushed her, which is why the complaint has to be filed. And the complainant not only went and given a complaint to the Mumbra police station, but also has met Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and requested him to direct the police official to register an FIR against Jitendra Awad.
All right, Alisha, stay with us. We're also showing our viewers the visuals of the sequence of events that in fact took place. Now, if you can look at your screens as well, that was earlier playing out where we saw several protests being carried out. In fact, on November 7th, if you were to talk about the visuals, this was when Jitendra Awad and his supporters had stopped the screening of the Marathi film Har Har Mahadev. In fact, they were talking about the depiction of Shivaji in that particular movie, and of course the other visuals coming in from November 11th where the NCP protested. Thereafter, the November 12th visuals as well of the flower petal shower and the violent protest in November.